Hello, welcome back. I have a pretty unique item to open up today, and then I have a little bit of a story about my intended upcoming Magic buying spree. So let's give this an open. Alright, that is toughly packaged there. Alright, let's see. In here, okay, we have a Antiquities booster pack. Now, this should be in very good condition. I'm debating possibly sending this in for grading, a booster pack. It looks like he shipped it well. So let's see here. Alright, that does look pack fresh. I'm not a typical grader of booster packs, but this is a really nice one. So I think I'll send this in for grading. I want to do a little bit more investigation on that because in my mind, booster packs, you know, they're a relatively new phenomenon to be grading them. And cards I totally get. Booster packs, well, they do sell for a premium when you do grade them. And being a sealed fan, I do understand it. I think booster packs were kind of just made to be open, but now that we're getting into the 30-year anniversary of Magic, and you know, I expect the life of Magic to just continue on for many more decades. I do see the value of like looking at, you know, this is the second set after Arabian Nights, grading this and having this as just part of a collection. You know, it might be a pretty good investment there, as well as just really cool to have this graded, you know, slabbed up on display. So I do plan on holding on to that for a while. I will list it for sale, but hoping I can keep that in my collection for a good amount of time. That's all for today, but in terms of openings, but I do have a story to tell. I alluded to a surprise coming up in my previous video on my buying spree. Here, let's kind of display this before we go into the details there. I placed a purchase order for another revised booster box. So, like I said, the one that I got and sold was not going to be my last one. I was excited to get another one. It ran into an issue. I bought it from a new buyer, and like I said with all my new buyers, I do request that they, after agreeing to terms, send a picture of the booster box with a piece of paper next to it in the picture saying today's date, and it's a way to know that they aren't screwing you over, that they actually have the box on hand ready to ship. Well, he passed that test. He sent the picture. It all looked really good. I went ahead and submitted payment, and turns out the next day he refunded me, and then lost contact with him since then. So I'm not sure if he just had cold feet and second-guessed the purchase. I offered him a very good deal, actually, so I was really wanting to get my hands on another revised booster box. I have people reaching out to me also wanting to buy them as well, but I was offering the same as other people were offering me. So I don't know what it was. Maybe we can come to terms. This was just yesterday that I contacted him asking him why he submitted a refund. I haven't heard back since, and it's been a full day. I have a feeling I'm not going to hear back again. I don't know what happened. It's a little disappointing. But, you know, sometimes these deals drop through when you aren't dealing with reputable sellers. And that's why I always, whenever anyone buys from me, I do whatever I can to make sure they know that I'm a trustworthy seller. I've seen myself listed on other people's YouTube videos reviewing top sellers, and I'm listed as one of the legit sellers on there. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the other YouTubers I've worked with who have bought boxes from me, do box openings. I also, whenever requested, if you ever want me to put a piece of paper with today's date on it right next to the item that you're purchasing and take a picture of that, I never have an issue doing that. I request it sometimes from sellers as well, being a buyer, and it's really easy to do. In fact, one of my recent sales, somebody did PayPal F&F, meaning that they trust you. And before he did that, he asked, could I maybe do that? But then he looked at my reviews on Facebook, looked at my reviews on eBay, and said, oh, forget about it. Don't go through the hassle. I see your reviews on Facebook. It was that name that, I posted the review post. I got a lot of good reviews. He's like, don't worry about it. I trust you. And I'm like, no, really, it's not a problem. Let me go ahead and take the picture. The product's already out, ready to ship. All I have to do is put the paper in front of it, write down the date, take a snapshot. I didn't even take it with this camera, a nice camera, because it requires a little bit of setup. I'm like, I'll just take it with my cell phone and upload it right away. Takes me 2 seconds. And then he responded, no, don't worry about it. I said, too bad. I'm already sending it. It's already there. Here you go. And I just feel that makes buyers trust you more. You never want to have people questioning a sale from a seller. Make sure, as a seller, you always provide everything you can so that the buyers trust you. Anyone that ever reaches out to me for a sale and wants to verify, they see my ManaTutor piece of paper that is right next to my product to know that I have it on hand. But it is possible that my name on Facebook is not actually ManaTutor, right? So they contact me over Facebook to do a deal. And then they say, it is possible any name could steal my images on eBay and put them up on Facebook claiming it's theirs. If you ever reach out to me and want me to message you from my ManaTutor eBay account, I will do so. It's not a problem. It's it's worth the quick second it takes for me to load eBay up and message you. Yeah, always make sure you're dealing with trustworthy sellers, because I do run across those that aren't. I always protect myself in purchases. I'm not willing to take the risk. One time of me sending money and not getting my item would hurt my business quite a bit, right? I run on very slim margins as it is, and one transaction going south would be bad. It would, potentially take me into negative territory. So always protect yourself as a seller and as a buyer. I have been screwed over in the past. It's been many years, but my one story of the time I was screwed was when a buyer bought it was back when I was doing singles. They bought a Mox Ruby, an unlimited Mox Ruby from me, and went ahead and submitted payment. He submitted payment. I sold the item to him. I sent him the item, and he went ahead and did a chargeback. And I didn't know you could do chargebacks this way back then through PayPal. I had the money in my account and cashed it out. And sure enough, then my account balance went negative. So if I wanted to work with PayPal again, I had to, pay PayPal the money. So he got the card for free. I didn't get any money. It was a sad ordeal. So now I always know to transact in a way that protects me as both a buyer and a seller. And if you get into this, you need to do the same. It is worth it. But once you build up a name, you know people can trust you, and you can work with trustworthy sellers and buyers for that matter. So let that be a lesson to everybody. Always make sure you cover yourself in any possible cases. Deal with reputable people. If you deal with less reputable people, you need evidence that they have the product on hand. And even if they say they do, after that, you want to make sure whatever transaction method you're sending money for, you are protected to get that money back if things go south. If you do all that, it's worth the couple % fee for doing so, and you protect yourself, and you can run a business doing such. So just wanted to talk about that today and show my first wax pack I've ever bought. These white packs that are, okay, I shouldn't say my first because I've had Fallen Empires, but this is the oldest booster pack I've ever owned. So, you know, let me know in the comments what you think about the condition of this. I think it's good enough to send in for grading. I don't have experience of what this would go for as a grade. But it doesn't look like it's searched or anything. So I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty good condition. All right, that's all for today. Thanks again. See you next time. Bye-bye.